Vijay, can you unmute my backup device?
Supriya, can you make backup device of Vinod as a co-host as well? Supriya?
Am I audible now?
Yeah, you are
It's
audible.
done, Vijay.
Thanks.
Okay, so are we all set? Should we proceed? Contestant and chief judge?
Tuesday, I'm not able to reach out to contest number 6. Like I tried reaching out via WhatsApp and call. It's not reachable. I have dropped the message. We are not able to hear you.
Yeah, we can start now.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to start the meeting now. Good evening, everyone. This is an evening. Everyone has come in full earlier. Are you alive? I just want to see everyone show thumbs up that you are here and present and alive. You can use reaction, but I just want to see how many of you are using these fingers. Okay. There are still some people are missing, are sleeping, evening sleep. Okay. I know judges, you cannot show your name or camera on. You can still show your thumbs up because you are present. Okay. Let me start. Good evening. Greetings, fellow Toastmaster and distinguished guests. Welcome to the Tall Tale Contest, organized by Pune Advanced Toastmasters Club. I am Chief Sergeant at Arms, Vijay Kulkarni. Welcome you to this online contest. I would like to begin by stating the mission of a Toastmaster Club. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in a greater self-confidence and personal growth. Some rules which we need to follow to be respected during the contest. All attendees must mute their audio at all times unless instructed otherwise by the contest chair. Do not share your screen unless asked by the host. During the contest, please turn off your video and audio should be mute. The contestant to follow the rules explained during the briefing. In case your video is on and contest is in progress, kindly refrain from the movements that distract the speaker. In case you need to move, please turn off your video before doing so. Once the contest shall start the contest, this virtual meeting room will be locked and waiting room shall be enabled. You will be able to leave this, but will not able to return to the meeting room unless during the minute of silence. All the contest officials are required to follow only the suggested naming conventions that have been shared prior to the contest itself. I wish you all the fantastic contest. Now, please help me welcome Shirish Nadkar, DTM, President of Pune Advanced Toastmasters Club. Shirish sir, where are you? Oh.
Thank you very much, Sergeant at Arms Vijay, for such an interesting and ebullient introduction. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Welcome to Pune Advanced Toastmasters Club's annual Tall Tales contest. I'm also delighted to welcome our district trio members and district officers attending the contest. I can see our district director, Mukta Nadkar, I can see Hardik Shah, our CGD, and I can see Amandeep, our PQD here. If I have missed out anybody, I don't know if they have joined later on, but that's what I have seen. Welcome and thank you very much for sparing your time to attend this contest. The Tall Tales contest has been a regular feature of our club's annual calendar of events since 2017. And it was our intention at that time to popularize this lesser known speech form. Before the pandemic, it used to be a gala in-person event, and we had some really amazing performances at the contests. I am sure that this evening, the 8 contestants will also regale you with their amazing tall tales. Since the last 2 years, we have tried to make this tall tales contest interesting for everyone in the district. And therefore, we've had training sessions about what a tall tale is and how to write a tall tale. And at the same time, we also had panel discussions with past winners, both local and global, to engage and encourage more Toastmasters to participate in this speech form. It is gratifying to note that this year, several clubs in our district are holding tall tales contests also. Our contest organizing team, under the contest convener, Toastmaster Supriya, have worked diligently for the past 3 months to prepare for this contest. And we have 8 contestants raring to go. And again, today, apart from the contest itself, we have some other interesting events lined up for you to enjoy. I won't take much of your time now, and I'll now hand over control to our ebullient Master of Ceremonies, a division level winner in the humorous speech category, Toastmaster Pankaja Kulabkar. Over to you, Pankaja. Enjoy.
Oh, wow. I've reached here at the Pune Advanced Toastmasters Club. I've been flying for 5.5 hours. Hi, I'm Harry Potter. You are surprised? Oh, I don't blame you. I know you know my story. 1998, I was out of this world into another world. You know what did to me. But yesterday, something magical happened. My creator, J.K. Rowling, spoke to the spirit of Ralph J. Smedley. As you know, he is the founder of the Toastmasters world. And they agreed that Harry Potter must come back. Why? To enhance the magic in the Toastmasters world. But there were 2 conditions. The first is that Harry Potter now, in this birth, should be a woman. And so here I am, Hira Potter. The second condition is that Hira Potter has to travel across the Toastmasters Club, across the world. And I chose as my first club, the Pune Advanced Toastmasters Club. Ask me why. Because I had heard Professor Dumbledore had told me about, although he said, Harry, it is a muggle's world, but it is magical. Because each one of the members, they are so committed that they bring magic to this club. Now, Pune Advanced Toastmasters Club is PATMC. P stands for perseverance. A for action. And as you heard, the VP Education, Supriya Acharya, she is all action oriented. And because of her efforts, we are having this Tall Tales, the 5th season of the Tall Tales contest. T stands for time. The president, DTM Shirish Nadkar, he is time. The people around him are just their watchers based on what he is doing at that time. M is mutual respect, and C is commitment. And when these 5 virtues are in a place, that place becomes magical. And what a better event for me to come than the Tall Tales contest, where imagination is freed, and the club believes that it is imagination. You have to free your imagination so that you see the same object in a very different perspective. And that's why we have this platform, to get us into this habit of seeing things in a very innovative way. And to tell us more on this powerhouse and this magical powerhouse, let me invite the VP membership, who with his winsome magical smile just entices new members into the club. So let's explore this magical world, and please put your hands together and invite Toastmaster Suhas Anantanarayan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pankaja. Good evening, everyone. Before I lure you in with my enticing smile, let me just share my screen and let me know once the screen is visible. Is my screen visible? Can someone give me a confirmation?
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. So, how many of you have followed Harry Potter, whether you have read the books, watched the movies? You would know that the first time Harry Potter entered the world of Hogwarts, he was astonished. It was this incredible world that he had experienced. It was enchanting. With moving staircases, talking photographs, and wandering ghosts, it was a world unlike any. And you know what? That's exactly how I felt when I first came to PATMC. It was enchanting. Every meeting of PATMC has given me great learnings. And all the learnings that I have garnered made me wish that I had joined earlier. Today, I want to share some of them with you. You see, at Pune Advanced Toastmasters Club, you get a chance to advance your communication skills. Because in PATMC, when you give a speech, you get 3 evaluations, one on content, one on delivery, and one on the objective of your project. On top of it, you have audience feedback and you have 1 minute of speaker rebuttal. So it helps you take your communication skills to the next level. You can also enhance your impromptu speaking skills because at PATMC, we have tall tales evaluation, table topic evaluation, which means the next time you want to pitch an idea to your boss or you want to negotiate a hike in salary, your table topic evaluator will tell you which point of impromptu speaking you would want to improve upon, and that will help you in impromptu speaking. At all Toastmasters Club, one thing is common, the grammarian. And the grammarian gives the word of the day and the idiom of the day. At PATMC, we go 1 step further and we give a figure of speech for every meeting so that not only do you use better language, but you can also appreciate the rich language being used. Tall Tales contest, isn't that why we are here today? Pune Advanced Toastmasters Club holds an annual Tall Tales contest. And like DTM Shirish mentioned earlier, it's one of the very few clubs who do that every single year. Our club is also a club of DTMs, which means we have experienced members who have great knowledge. So every meeting that you attend at PATMC, you get educational sessions and you get innovative table topics to attempt. So every meeting is fun and learning for each one of us. What's more at Pune Advanced Toastmasters Club? It's a club of leaders and champions. As you can see, in this year's district officers, the district director, DTM Mukta, 2 area directors, Toastmaster Sonia and Toastmaster Deepika, as well as the district logistics manager, Toastmaster Shailendra, are all members of Pune Advanced Toastmasters Club. Furthermore, as far as contests are concerned, we have the first 2 winners of last year's humorous speech contest, Toastmaster Cyril Paul and Toastmaster Pankaja. This year, we also had members representing PATMC members representing different clubs at area, division, and district level, so that we see that 3 PATMC members, DTM Ajay Raskar, Toastmaster Tanvi, and Toastmaster Pankaja, will be at Eloquence next year. And what else? We have been a pioneer in hybrid meetings, having held hybrid meetings ever since August. The plan is to hold at least 1 hybrid meeting every single month until we go back to physical meetings. We always have new initiatives to keep members connected even during the lockdown. For instance, in this year's Independence Day celebrations, we had a Mile Sur Mera Tumhara karaoke session done by all the members of Pune Advanced Toastmasters Club. And we also released the club newsletter Sangam quite recently. If you haven't checked it yet, let me know. I'll give you the link and you can go through it. The eligibility to join Pune Advanced Toastmasters Club is to complete level 2 in any path or complete competent communicator in the previous old educational program. They say that you are the average of 5 people around you. And when you are at Pune Advanced Toastmasters, your average raises significantly. So my dear friends, are you ready to enter the magical world of Pune Advanced Toastmasters Club? If yes, you can hit me up on the Zoom chat and send me your, with that, I'll hand it over back to Toastmaster Hira Potter. Over to you, Pankaj.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Suhas. He kept saying, what else? What else? And he actually also wanted to say that he is, which I'm going to say to help him, he is the most eligible bachelor in District 98. Now let's go back to the contest for where the reason for us to come here. And before I invite the contest chair, listen to the speeches very carefully because we'll have some great activities around that. And now about the contest chair. Oh, what can I tell? He is an amazing Toastmaster and an amazing data scientist. He has reached such proficiency in data science that data has started talking to him. So with this, please put your hands together and to invite the contest chair, distinguished Toastmaster, Vinod B.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pankaja Potter, for that incredible introduction. Good evening, President, District Officers, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. Like our MOC Toastmaster Pankaja just mentioned, I am the contest chair for today's contest. A few hours back, I was in Lonavala, traveling from the Mumbai-Pune Expressway towards Pune. I hoped to reach Pune in time to be ready for the contest today. But as destiny would have it, in the Mughal world, things are not that simple. In front of me were a sea of cars and trucks who were moving at a snail's pace. I had to move faster. So I tried navigating, driving rashly, taking one cut after the another. And you know who saw me doing that? Shaktiman. Seeing that, he made me stop just before the Lonavala tunnel and yelled at me. He shouted at me left, right, and center. And at the end of it, all I could say was just, sorry, Shaktiman. And I did it because of Tall Tales contest. Hearing the phrase Tall Tales contest, the expression of Shaktiman changed from anger to amazement. Tall Tales contest? He said, you could have told me I could have helped you reach Pune faster. Without much ado, he just took me with him, and in a matter of few minutes, I was at home. He bid me farewell and said if I was not busy with something else, I would have surely attended it. Friends, Tall Tales contest is something that allows one to combine fact with fiction, and you can build stories and make great adventures along the way. With good wishes from Shaktiman and all the fellow judges, role players, and the chief judge, let's now begin the Tall Tales speech contest. I would first like to read the purpose of the contest as defined by the Toastmasters. Firstly, to provide an opportunity for speakers to improve their speaking abilities, to provide an opportunity to learn by observing the more proficient speakers who have benefited from their Toastmasters journey, to provide participants with the opportunity to create an original, highly improbable, humorous tale. For the benefit of the audience, I will provide a brief overview of the rules of the Tall Tales contest. This is a standalone contest being hosted by Pune Advanced Toastmasters Club and will not progress at any further level. It has been confirmed that all the contestants are eligible, meaning they are a Toastmaster in good standing in a club in good standing. They are not a member of XCOM of Pune Advanced Toastmaster Club, and neither are they an international district or area officers, nor have they declared the intent to run for such offices. All the speeches are to be original and quoted material have to be identified or referenced. The speech must be of a highly exaggerated, improbable nature and have a theme or plot. Humor or props may be used to support or illustrate the speech. The time of the tall tale speech is to be 3 to 5 minutes. Any speaker speaking for less than 2 minutes and 30 seconds or more than 5 minutes and 30 seconds will be disqualified. The timing cards will be activated as follows. Green will be shown at 3 minutes, yellow at 4 minutes, red at 5 minutes, and will stay on until the speaker has finished speaking. No notice shall be given should a speaker go over time. The timing will start with the first word uttered or when the speaker uses any form of communication to the audience. There will be a 1 minute of silence between the speakers for the judges to mark their ballots. And at the end of the contest, there will be a 3 minute silence for the judges to tally their scores and provide their ballots to the tally counters. Protest may be entered by contestants or judges to either the chief judge or the contest chair. Once the results have been announced, all the decisions are final. The order of the contestants was randomly determined and is as follows. Contestant number 1, Saili. Contestant number 2, Prasad. Contestant number 3, Tanvi. Contestant number 4, Rushikesh. Contestant number 5, Pushpavati. Contestant number 6, Parag. Contestant number 7, Anamika. And contestant number 8, Kamaya. Chief Judge, have all the role players been briefed? So
Yes.
also the judges?
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you. Chief Judge, with your permission, may we commence with this contest?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Thank you. Zoom Master, request you to please spotlight our first contestant, contestant number 1, Saili.
Hello.
Contestant number 1, Saili, please repeat before me. Lights, camera, and action.
Lights, camera, and action.
Thanks. Your audio and video is good. Timer, can we have the timing cards on?
Okay, I can see yellow, green, and red. Okay.
Thank you. Saili, that day-night dream, Saili.
That night at Reliance campus, my boss made me work till late night. But he assured me that he will drop me till my home. But suddenly he receives a call from his wife saying that, "Oh my God, son is not well. Could you please reach home immediately?" Gone. Boss is vanished from the office. And I am alone in the campus wondering how I could reach home now. I started calling my friends. Okay. Listen. Mukesh, yeah. You don't know who is Mukesh? Mukesh, yeah. My jigri dost, Mukesh Ambani. I called him once, twice, thrice, but no response, not reachable. Finally, I went outside the main gate of the campus and I called him again. This time he was reachable, yes. I told him the entire story. And just in 5 minutes, he arrived at Reliance campus. By a car. No, it's Mukesh Ambani, right? By a chopper. We met, we greeted, we went towards the chopper, and we left. After some time again, I narrated him the entire story. Mukesh, see, you are really not reachable. Why don't you change your network? Your network is very poor. Why don't you change your network to something which is very reliable, very cheap, as well as very reliable? Wow!
Saili, what a great business idea. Kya baat hai, Saili? Come on, let's get the ball rolling. Let's get the business plan first. Come on, come on. Yes, now you know who is the mastermind behind this Geo. Well, we were discussing this business plan for this business idea, and suddenly this pilot said, "Sir, we need an emergency landing. There is some technical issue, it seems." Oh my God, I was so scared, frightened. What is happening? But the helicopter finally landed. Alas, the doors opened. I came out. I saw the great surrounding. But before I could understand anything, I spotted Aryan Khan. He looked at me. I looked at him. He was fascinated by my beauty, my fairness. We came close towards each other, and you know what he said? "Saili, you're so beautiful. Would you please be my heroine for the next film?" Yes, Aryan, of course. But tell me, what is this story about? What is this project about? See, Saili, these days I'm getting disturbed by this fact that youth are consuming hookahs, drugs, and whatnot. They are getting into the wrong direction. Through this film, I want to make them understand that this is not only harmful for them, but for the society as a whole. Whoa, Aryan, that is such a great idea. Yes, Saili, it is indeed amazing. But now tell me how we can go ahead with this project. RNC, I think we need to hire a good story writer for that first. I will get that person, don't worry. Yes, my boss. I'm working with Aryan Khan now. I don't need your job anymore. Just as I was about to bang this paper on the table, my boss says, "Saili, then you will complete this project. Give me the timeline, please." Okay, boss. I will share by tonight. Don't you see what my boss said now? What are you looking at me? I need to complete the project. Bye. Over to you, contestant. Thank you.
We'll now have a minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Thank you. Zoom Master, can you please spotlight contestant number 2? Thank you. Prasad, please repeat before me. Lights, camera, action.
Lights, camera, action.
Your audio and video is good. Timer, please share the timing cards.
I don't see the timing cards. Moment.
No, timer. Just hold on for a minute.
Yeah.
Please check the transitions.
Okay. Yeah. Once again, green. I see green, the yellow, and the red. Yeah. I see the timing cards.
Thank you. Prasad from the moon and back, from the moon and back, Prasad.
I'm a creature of habit, you see. I come from the moon. So, good evening, fellow Earthlings. I bring good regards and I bring lunar regards. You're wondering, who am I? I just said I came from the moon and I removed this helmet. Yeah, this thing, this helmet which accompanied me when I went to the moon. You see, you probably don't know me. I went to the moon way back in 1938. That was a time when Werner von Braun, the rocket scientist from Nazi Germany, he was designing all these rockets for different purposes. And I volunteered, von Braun being my mentor, to the moon. When we blasted off from Earth, far away at the distance, a few hundred meters away, there was another rocket. And Werner von Braun told me that you will take this rocket, which is lighter, and that rocket will bring you back. And off I went to the moon and I landed on the moon. It so happened that I was in with radio contact for a few days, and after that, the radio contact stopped. The second rocket never materialized. So I waited in the rocket, in the capsule, on the moon for a few days, and I got bored. So I thought, let's step out on the lunar soil and see what's there. I figured the moon will be a very, very lonely place. So I took a few steps. Believe me, setting foot on the lunar surface, I thought I was the first man. For a moment, that moment of elation was too prolonged. I walked a few meters, and from a far distance, I could see another human form. It had one head, two hands, two legs. In one hand, he carried something which looked like a kettle. In the other, a tray of probably glasses. Yeah, that's what it looked like until we came very closer. And then I could see, hey, this is a human, but he's not wearing any spacesuit nor any helmet. So I tried to communicate, but you see, creature of habit. When he said that he could not hear anything, and then he motioned me to remove the helmet. I was skeptical at first, remove the helmet on the lunar surface, but yeah, the space suits, they have this fail-safe mechanism. So, if anything goes wrong, you can put the helmet back in and it's, functioning as normal. So I ventured to remove my space helmet and lo and behold, I could breathe on the moon. Mr. Kuttapalli Nair was the first person I made contact with another human on the lunar surface. From then on began another area of discovery on the dark side of the moon. But you're probably wondering, hey, just a minute, you went to the moon in 1938. It's more than 80 years now. You don't look a day older than Clark Kent. Oh, yes, of course. How could I? You see, apart from the differences in gravity or, the absence of gravity or lower gravity, we are moon bathed, the temperature conditions. And hey, you know what? The lunar calendar is different. Your body clock adjusts. And so there I am. Now, I got news for you, Earthlings. So what goes first? Good news, bad news, bad news. Oh, the bad news travels faster. So the bad news is your space agency is hiding a lot of things from you. Your government is absolutely unaware of what's going on. And you Earthlings have no idea what is it on the moon. Now, this was the bad news, but I'll give you good news also. The good news is there is life on moon. Water, well, for those who know, Apollo 17, they landed in the Sea of Tranquility, right? Why do you think they call it sea? Believe me, the moon is a beautiful place to be. The other good news is it is not colonized, it is not sovereign. And regarding about the dark side of the moon, oh yeah, Roger Waters was there. If you're suspecting that somebody around your neighborhood is missing, you should probably check on the moon. And then you should get them back because the moon has a lot to offer. So you see, we have also made contact with the third kind. And yes, the moon is a very conjugal bonhomie. We have these visitors coming from Mars, from outer solar system, and we are absolutely harmony with each other, much to the chattering of the Solar Space Administration and the Space Administration programs. They have got all the wrong picture. Now, so you're asking, how did I come to Earth? Oh, very simple. You remember Star Trek, Spotty, beam me up, teleportation devices? Yeah. So I came to Earth via teleportation device. It is a very rare opportunity that the orbits of the moon and the Earth are aligned, and it's the shortest distance. You see, teleportation is a very precise business if you want to go from one place to other, whole and soul. But now, having been on this 1 year on Earth, I was wondering why the other rocket never came up. And so I realized that after landing on the moon, war broke out, Werner von Braun, he put his rocket elsewhere, and yeah, the rest is history. But now I have a mission to go back to the moon. Why, you would ask? I have to set a Lunar Toastmasters Club. So anyone from the Pune Advanced Toastmaster Club would like to accompany me, please let me know. I'm in talks with SpaceX. Who's that guy? Tesla. Yeah, Elon Musk. Elon Musk. I'm talking with him to take me back to the moon. So hop on a ride, and probably you may be on a honeymoon. Contest chair, would you like to have a ticket, please?
Thank you. We'll now have a minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Thank you. Zoom Master, please spotlight contestant number 3, Tanvi. Tanvi, please repeat after me. Lights, camera, action.
Lights, camera, action.
Your audio and video is good. Timer, please share the timing. Please check the transitions.
Yes. The green looks a lot like yellow, but it's a tall tale.
Tanvi, Revenge
Yes.
of the Clone. Revenge of the Clone, Tanvi.
Work from home, work at home, office from home, Toastmasters from home. Endless calls, endless chores, endless meetings, endless demands on my time. How I wish there were two of me to handle all of this load. Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters, and all my dear overworked friends. Be careful what you wish for. My fervent pleas for two of me to handle all my workload came true quite unexpectedly. My next door neighbor is a scientist. No, a molecular biologist and geneticist. He is so secretive about his work. For the longest time, I used to believe his biggest achievement is that he could say molecular biologist and geneticist in one breath. But turns out he was way smarter than I gave him credit for. He heard my prayers of two of me and gave me the most unique gift. Some drops of my blood, some DNA, and some what have you. Of course, he was not going to share his trade secrets. But there she was, my spitting image, a perfect clone of me. She looked like me, she talked like me, and most importantly, she was willing to do all my mundane work for me. Now, I had to give her a name. My name is Tanvi, so I thought I would call her Navti, which in Marathi means is not there. Because you see, she was both there and not there. She was there to do all the boring, mundane work. She was not there to claim the credit for it. She was there to attend all those endless, tedious meetings at office. But she was not there
when I gave fantastic presentations based on the meticulous notes that she had taken. In short, life was just perfect. At home, at work, in Toastmasters, everywhere, I became known as the marvelous multitasker. I was just slaying it. But then, the universe gets jealous of such amazing perfection, and things start to go wrong. Just a few days ago, I realized that my clone, Navti, has started to develop a mind of her own. She started saying no to the tasks that I assigned to her. And you know what? She started using phrases like fair compensation, paid time off, flexible schedules. I know it was my fault for sending her to all those HR sessions. And what's more, she's even started practicing some karate moves. I should not have sent her to that self-defense class last week. But what could I do? It was so early in the morning in December. Oh, and did I tell you? She is the absolute master of stealth. She could come into the room and you would not even know until, oh no, oh dear. Well. That was easy. Silly girl, couldn't even protect herself. Well, who's not there now, huh? Contest chair.
We'll now have a minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Thank you. Zoom Master, please spotlight the next contestant. Rishikesh, please repeat after me. Lights, camera, and action.
Lights, camera, and action.
Your audio and video is good. Can you please check the timing cards?
Green, yellow, red.
Rishikesh, truth with rose, Rishikesh.
Hey, what are you doing? You came once again to pluck my flowers? I was surprised. There was no one in the park except this rose plant. Don't be surprised. You provide these flowers to your wife on every weekend to show your affection. Your wife prayed to the God so that this love continue till her life. God bestows his blessings on you. Now you have power to hear what I am speaking. I was stunned. Here is a rose plant talking to me, and I am able to hear what it speaks. Today doesn't seem to be a weekend. How you came today? Yes, today is not a weekend, but today is birthday of my wife. That's why I came today. Also, due to this work from home policy, I have gained some weight. I want to reduce my weight. That's great. Wish her happy birthday from my side. What are your plans for today's evening? We are planning to have a dinner outside. Great. I want to ask you one thing. What are your feelings when I come to pluck your flowers? Whenever you come to pluck my flowers, there is a feeling of shivering running through my branches. You are not giving me proper attention. You are not watering me. I am standing in this sunlight. Also, you are not spraying the insecticides. The insects are eating my leaves, and I am getting old in this tender age. I wish someone applies same techniques on you so that you will reduce your weight. I realize that I have not taken care of this rose plant. What do you want to suggest for me? I wish that you are taking care of your wife. That's good. But also, you should take care of your society and nation as well. Last month, it was 13th anniversary of dreadful attack on Mumbai. Few days back, we lost our Chief of Defense Staff in terrible accident. Also, last year, COVID warriors were fighting the pandemic. I wish you offer me to them. I realize that I was getting little bit narrow-minded. What are your suggestions so that I open up my mind or change my thought process? I realize that you have joined the Toastmaster International and you are learning the servant leadership techniques there. Apply these techniques in your day-to-day life. Contester, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, though I haven't touched this rose plant, but his thorns prick my mind. Do you have the same feeling? Over to you, contest chair.
We'll now have a minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots.
One minute done, contest chair.
Thank you. Zoom Master, please spotlight the next contestant, please. Contestant number 5, Pushpavati, please repeat after me. Lights, camera, action.
Lights, camera, action.
Your audio and video is good. Please check the timing cards.
Green, yellow, red.
Pushpavati, zoom. Zoom, Pushpavati.
When I was a teenager, had a dream of riding, studying, working, marrying, having kid, and being a homemaker. But now I'm exhausted of cooking, cleaning, dusting, sweeping, and mopping. Good evening, contest chair, fellow Toastmaster, and dear guest. Now I have a dream of being a kid and attend a Zoom online classes because I see how my son enjoy his Zoom classes. One day I saw a message, update Zoom. I clicked the update button with a wish I would like to be a Zoom online class student. Next day, my son having public speaking followed by computer classes. To help him making his sentences in public speaking class, I sat beside to him. He turned on the laptop and opened the Zoom application. We saw some colorful rays are emitting out of the update version of Zoom. We astonished and faced each other. Those rays entered our head from head to body, and we freezed. After some time, we heard a sound. We awoke and saw the miracle. The miracle was my son became a father of mine and I became a daughter of him. Teacher at other end started the class and asked, Pushpavati, rename from your father name to your name. As I told, that was a public speaking class. Teacher mentioned the topic twice. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring, Pushpavati. And I goes, my name is Pushpavati from grade 1 and my today's topic is sharing is caring. I share my cookies, chocolate and ice cream with my stomach. When my stomach is full, I feel happy. Nowadays, I'm sharing my email with face mask. Thank you. Oh, teacher ended the meeting. Now I will join computer class. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, Pushpavati. Now I will give some instructions you have to follow. Okay, ma'am. Pushpavati, click on my computer. Ma'am, I can't see your computer here. There is an icon labeled my computer. Double click it. Ma'am, even I can't see con here. Listen to me attentively. There is an icon labeled my computer in your computer. Double click it. Oh, what your computer doing in my computer? Ma'am, give me your address. I will come to your home and double click it. Oh, teacher left the class because of network issue and she made a host. I like being a host of Zoom like my father. I wrote a Zoom poem. You all want to listen? Let's start. I am zooming. You are zooming. Let's zoom. Zoom, zoom, set virtual background. Zoom, zoom. Raise my hand. Zoom, zoom. Share my screen. Zoom, zoom, mute unless required. Zoom, zoom. Turn on video to see my beautiful face. Everywhere rocking Zoom. Make some noise for Zoom. Contest chair.
We'll now have a minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Zoom Masters, please spotlight the next contestant. Contestant number 6, Parag, please repeat after me. Lights, camera, action.
Light, camera, action.
Your audio and video is good. Please check the timing cards.
Green, yellow, red.
Parag, nano parag, parag.
Nowadays, people wash their hand or sanitize their hand time to time and check their sugar very frequently. Let me take you to my timeline. Mr. Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters and guests, good evening to you all. I used to wash my hand and sanitize to change fortune. We Indians, we all believe in astrology. With the help of it, I developed a unique communication style. I can communicate with any of the creature on earth. Those old days, I used to pinch a finger with the herbal needle, and as soon as the blood dropped on the floor, I used to call with my unique quality communication, I used to call ant army. It goes like this. If the maximum number of ants nearby blood drop area, that means that person detected as a diabetic. I'm an engineer. I can do anything. And I love to invent something new so human life can be benefit of it. With my R&D department, I resize myself to a nano. And of course, with my another unique quality, communication with the creatures, this our R&D department called me for a mission, day with human organ. The purpose of that mission is to study the organ's behavior and communicate with the organs. Believe me, this mission was a brainstorming discussion to all. So many hurdles. Now, the last hurdle was how to enter human body. There are so many discussions. Which way can enter? Mouth, ear, blood. At last, they have decided a nose as a gateway. And what? The nanoparag journey start. The scientists injected me in the nose through the syringe. As soon as they injected my nose, I straight away landed on the tongue, the area called tongue. Oh, what a bouncing area it was. I was jumping, dancing like anything. Just I saw there was some cables was hanging over there. I noticed there are a lot of, I just climbed on it and I straight away went to the brain area. Oh, brain area is having a lot of tiny rooms and different of color lights. And there is a room called memory. Wow, I enter inside, I have seen bank balance, password mobile, FD, fixed deposit, friends, girlfriends, wives, so many data. Anyhow, being collecting a data, I straight away bungee jump to a sponge like organ called lungs. As soon as I entered in the lungs, I have taken a collective data for importance of air. Then move to the main gastro system, stomach, totally busy, 24 hours busy area, lot of noises. After that, just by natural way of discharge, I travel through a clean tunnel called colon and arrived at mood test basin with collective data. Scientists searching on it, and I have written a book on it, a nanoparag party. This book is been approved by Division 98 area directors, and soon it is going to publish by Division 98 Division D directors. Back to you, Contest Chair.
We'll now have a minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Thank you. Zoom master, please spotlight the next contestant. Contestant number 7, Anamika. Please repeat after me. Lights, camera, action.
Lights, camera, action.
Your audio and video is good. Please check the timing cards.
Yellow, red, good. Infilled. Few days back.
Anamika, just hold on. Anamika, the mirror, Anamika.
Few days back, my cousins were watching Snow White movie whose mirror lines are very famous. That night, I was awake till late and after brushing, decided to give it a try as usual since the lines were carved in my mind. So I repeated, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest one of all? Just when I was leaving, suddenly the mirror started to vibrate. Pair of glassy hands came out. Facial expressions appeared on it. And it yawned. I freaked out, ran, and hid behind the door. I peeked. It said, "Come on, kid, I've seen you. Why did you wake me up if you are going to run away?" I said, "I did." "Oh, but how come it worked today but never before?" It said, "Obviously, because all the conditions matched today. You sang it only once and you are alone. Now tell me, what is it? And it better not be a child's play, or the next time you wake up at night, I'll display a really scary thing." I did that once long ago to a guy, and he copied that idea for horror movies. I trembled. I said, You can't do that, right?" It said, "Of course I can. Who told you I can't? In fact, all other things can also. You just have to use the right spell at the right time. Moreover, we like our privacy. Or you humans will come up with some idea to tame and exploit us. And you especially don't let me sleep peacefully. Every time you go out, you come in, or you move in the room, you have to look in the mirror. And because of that, I have to open my eyes. Because what you are seeing are the reflection of my own eyes. Childlike, I said. Okay, that's interesting. Now come on, grant me some wishes or show me your magical powers. And why are you being so loud? Others will wake up. The mirror had a hearty laugh. Ha ha ha! Stupid kid. I've never had a laugh like this. I can only communicate with one person at a time. And what do you take me for? Am I a genie to grant you a wish? Never seen such an ignorant person. But wait, there's something. I can take you inside my mirror world if you want.
everything will be the same. You will be alone. Come on, come with me. You'll love the place. You can tour the entire world for free and alone. I was scared beyond my wits, but luckily heard some noise in the background and realized my father woke up. The mirror panically started to go back into its usual form and left on a note saying that you know how to summon me. Do it soon and come to my mirror world. I gotta go now. That was a close call. Or who knows if the mirror would have convinced me. And since that day, I decided to never sing in front of the mirror ever alone. Thank you.
We'll now have a minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballot. Thank you. Zoom Masters, please spotlight the next contestant. Contestant number 8, Kamya, please repeat after me. Lights, camera, action.
Lights, camera, action.
Your audio and video is good. Please check the timing cards.
Green, yellow, red.
Kamya, JD, Kamya.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kamya Parab, and I am the owner of Just Dial. People just dial me and share their griefs, and I give them Berger paints. No doubt, no debba, only beautiful solutions. Let me tell you how I do that. It's a really good skill. So I'll just give you one good incident. There was a guy who was mad over donuts. He just dialed me and said, America runs on democracy. Are you sure about that? Have you tried Dunkin' Donuts? But he had doubts. The quality, the quantity, the price, blah, blah, blah. And I said, hold on, relax. Just go. And I said, KFC have said, it's finger looking good. McDonald's have said, I'm loving it. And Nike just directly called him and said, just do it. The very next day, he just dialed me and said, America runs on Dunkin's. Problem solved. I don't think so. Joe again called me, Joe Biden, and he was really nervous because there were upcoming elections and he was frustrated. So I just told him to take my appointment because I am busy. Anyways, let's go on to the second instance. Second instance, there was a girl who was really, really sad. She was really sad and she was worried. I told her to relax and I gave her free L'Oreal Paris. I told her to contact the customer care. She did. She told her problem and they gave a free concession trip to Paris. And they said, you're worth it. And she was so good. She was so happy that she dialed me again and she said, oh my God, Kamya, You are helping me so much, but I don't know. This energy is something exciting. Just tell me how it is. So I told her that boost is the secret of our energy. Do you know Manushree Chiller? Turned out that she won the world, Miss World. Very nice, very nice. Oh, I have to tell this one. Few days back, there was a couple who just dialed me and they were very, very frustrated. They had insecurities between them. They were fighting all time. They had problems. And I said, take a chill pill, man. It's okay. This life, this relationship is going to stay zindagi ke saath bhi, zindagi ke baad bhi. Still to confirm, I gave them LIC's number. Now they're good, but they still had bunch of questions. How to lead, how to strategize, how to manipulate, how to win, how to tell a person to say sorry. And I told them that, okay, there's just one simple answer. Join Toastmasters, because this is where leaders are made. Are we good here? Damn it, yes, we are. So I'll tell you one last incident and it will blow your mind, I'm telling you. So couple of days back, just 1 or 2 days back, Arnav called me. I said, I'm busy. But he said, no, you have to help me. And he was like, fine, just 2 questions, okay? I don't have time. I have a meeting with Joe. Fine. He was like, okay, do you think I am really bad in debating and argument skills? Like in my show, people talk, and I can't allow that. So, okay, fine. I said that, yes, it's not good. You have to have a mindset. Book my show, my time, my seat. The very next day, he had the big show, the Republic TV, and he was so proud. Now the thing was how to run it. He asked me his second question. Okay, Kamya, please tell me how to get spicy news because there's so much of competitions. Please tell me. Calm down. I just told him I had a Mentos in my pocket, by the way. So I gave it to him and I told him that eat because this will blow your mind. Ye dimag ki batti jala dega. He had it and he had the most spiciest news. Kamya Para became the youngest trillionaire ever. Now I have to go. I have time running out. So bye, contest chair, over to you.
Thank you. Zoom Master, kindly open the breakout room and let us know once the contest chief judge and the tally counters are into the breakout room so that we can move on with the next part of the contest. Thank you.
Yeah, contextual, the CJ and tally counters are in breakout room. You may proceed.
Thank you. Now, as the main contest is over, we move on to the next part that involves taking some time to meet our contestants. In the order of their speaking slot, I'll first like to call upon Toastmaster Siley. Zoom Master, please spotlight Toastmaster Siley.
I request
Request all
contestant to start your cameras. I am not able to spotlight you. So I request each contestant, please start your cameras. Contestant, somehow I requested Sally to unmute herself or start camera. She is not responding. You may proceed with the next contestant for time being.
Okay. Okay. Can you please spotlight contestant number 2, Toastmaster Prasad? Toastmaster Prasad, in your hobbies, you have listed out your hobbies as languages and philosophy. So can you just in short throw some insight on that?
Just say, if it's time for you to leave, leave this life, then you should turn to philosophy so that you are better equipped for the next life. I don't know if I am too early to leave, but yeah, sometimes it helps me cope with this life as well. And the other part of languages. So yes, learn a new language, get a new soul. I unwittingly sort of caught my ticket to the next journey after life.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prasad. Award sir, can you just share your screen and share the certificate of participation for Toastmaster Prasad? Toastmaster Prasad, please accept our token of appreciation. And I'll connect with you with regards to the ticket for my journey to moon after the end of the contest. Thanks. And okay, Zoom Master, is the first contestant available? If
No
not, we can move.
contestant. No contestant.
Okay, we can move on to the third contestant, Toastmaster Tanvi. Toastmaster Tanvi, as your hobbies, you have listed out reading, listening to music, and traveling. My question is, how do you do all the three at one point? Or
Well, when I'm traveling, I love to listen to music and read. But given that COVID has ensured that we can't travel anymore, I think the only way we can travel at all is by reading different fantasy or whatever and listening to music.
that's great. I thought your clone might be sharing some of those tasks. Anyways, great. Please accept our token of appreciation, your certification of participation.
Thank you so much. I'm glad you gave it to
Thanks.
me and not to my clone.
I'll make one for her as well and share it with her after the contestants.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay. Zoom Master, can we spotlight our next contestant, please? Toastmaster Rishikesh. One question, you listed out playing chess and singing as your hobbies. So how do you sing while at the same time play chess?
Yeah, actually, I'm looking at the World Chess Championship YouTube videos, and when I'm watching them, also I'm reading the lyrics as well. So that's how I am planning to have both things together.
That's quite incredible, and hope to make use of those of your passions sometime soon, maybe at the area division or the district level contest, or even at a club level event. Uh, Please accept our token of appreciation, your certification of participation.
Thank you.
Zoom Master, if contestant number 1 Saili is available, we can have her. Or since Pushpavati is there, we'll just get done with her and then we can. Toastmaster Pushpavati, please accept our token of appreciation.
Thank you.
And my question for you, you have listed out consistency as the one trait that you endure constantly. Can you just throw some light on that?
For anything we're doing, I came to know that is consistency is the key to success when I joined the Toastmaster. When I started giving the speeches, then when I was given a speeches in contest, I came to know that is I have something, that is this journey is going to me something to reach my goal. That's why I thought that is consistently doing something, it will reach to my goal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pushpavati. We'll now move on to contestant number 6, Toastmaster Parag.
Contestant, the Toastmaster Parag is not in the room. His seems technical glitch, he's dropped.
Okay, we can spotlight Anamika. Awards chair, please share. Yeah. Anamika, please accept our token of appreciation.
Thank you.
And my question is, you have listed nature as something that you admire. So what is it that you admire in nature?
Whenever I feel low, I also stated that adventure sports is my activity. So it's an excuse to be with nature. And whenever I feel low, I just go out alone. So it gives a calm which staying at home couldn't. So nature is an inspiration. It allows me to think and create and go creative with myself.
Thanks, Anamika. That's quite relatable. I'll surely catch up after the contest and we can discuss a few other things about nature afterwards. Once again, big thanks. Zoom Master, can you please spotlight our next contestant, Toastmaster Kamya? Toastmaster Kamya, please accept the certification of participation.
Thank you.
As your hobby and interest, you have listed out sports not once but thrice. So can you please tell me why is it that you have listed out thrice and not just once?
Sports is like my life. I revolve around sports and sports revolves around me. So I have played professional tennis for 7.5 years. I'm into swimming, gymming, running, and the list goes on basically. So every day, sports is something which activates my brain and my body and soul. So sports is everything for me. That's why I had sports.
Thanks, Kamya, and love the pictures in your background. I think I can find Einstein. I can see Bob Marley and a few others. So thanks.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Zoom Master, can we spotlight our first contestant, Toastmaster Saili? You were first in, last out. So Toastmaster Saili, here is our token of appreciation. Please accept the certification of participation.
Thank you.
We are not able to hear you.
Am I audible
now? Can you just increase your voice?
Hello.
Yeah. My question, you have listed as your hobby as freehand design. So can you in short tell us what it is all about?
I like to draw some freehand designs. It does not have any theme or any topic, but basically the what we can say, this very fine designs. Or earlier I used to draw dresses on designs, designs on dresses, textile designing. But now I've switched over to drawing any type of design. It depends on my mood and everything else.
And that's nice. Thanks. Thanks a lot, everyone. Toastmasters Suhas, can we have a group picture clicked of all the contestants? Request all the contestants to please switch on their videos. Let's give a big thumbs up. Toastmaster Suhas, please confirm once you're done with clicking the picture.
Yes, it's done. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Friends, it was a great pleasure playing the contest chair for this contest. While the chief judge and the tally counters are busy with their tallying and figuring out who the winners are. In the meantime, without further ado, I'll hand the control to our MOC, Toastmaster Pankaja Potter, and I'll be back with the results at the end of before the end of the contest. Over to you, Pankaja.
Thank you. Thank you so much. But then do we need a quick break for a minute? Maybe we need that, right? So how are you doing? Timers, what do you say? A minute break? Absolutely. So it is 1 minute break. Okay. So go do what you have to, come back very fast.
MOC Hira Potter, 1 minute is up.
Okay, so are we back, all of us? I'm assuming everyone is back. Okay, now you were absolutely wonderful, Toastmaster Vinod. As you know, data speaks to you, and so do the contestants speak to you also. And now we have our time. And contestants, you were amazing, awesome, inspiring. Hats off to you. So now that we have listened to the contestants and we have praised them, we did that. So now it is our time. And we have just 5 minutes or maybe just 3 minutes. I get a ping saying just 3 minutes. We are running late. Okay. So now we have some fun, some table topic just for 1 minute. So the timer, please note, we'll have the red card at 1 minute only. Okay. And now it's going to be an amazing table topic. Very simple. Who wants to go first? Not the speakers or not the contestants, someone else. So raise your hand very quickly, okay? Very easy topic. Do we see any hands? I don't see any. So let me, if you don't, then I have to just pick you up, right? So can I invite Regita Panik, just out of the blue, okay? A name. Are you there, Regita? No? Okay, who are there? Who are there? Switch on your videos and then I'll know if you are there. Why don't I ask a timer 2 to come on? Timer 2, come on. Okay, so you are the speaker and your topic is honeymoon on the moon. Speaker Chandrasekhar, honeymoon on the moon.
Oh my God, I was not listening, I guess. So topic has been given to me. Thank you so much, Miss Hira Potter. Honeymoon on the moon. Now, since the beginning of my life, someone gave me this beautiful name Chandrasekhar, but it wasn't given at random. Can you all believe it? Just 2 weeks ago, I got a text from someone saying, meet me at apartment number 13. But I live on a ground floor and there is no apartment number 13. So I went straight into the lift and I saw in that lift, which there were no floor number 13 till now, but on that day there was a floor number 13. So I clicked on it. Somehow, within a blink of second, I went over there. There was someone who was just looking like me. When I asked him what was his name, he said, you are Chandrasekhar and I am Moonshaker. And today I'm going to take you to the moon. Initially, I was a bit skeptic, but later that person did something amazing, which I was waiting for. She turned into Mithila Palkar. Now, how many of you would like to go with Mithila Palkar? Almost all of you. So I went there and it was an amazing sunset over there. Can you believe sunset on moon? But it was there. Now she just asked me to do one promise that don't tell this story to anyone. So I'm requesting you everyone, please don't tell this story to anyone. Back to you, host.
That is wonderful. All right. Now, who is Okay, I can see now Supriya over here, Toastmaster Supriya. So you are the next one. And your topic is, I am Steve Jobs. Toastmaster Supriya, I am Steve Jobs.
So Toastmaster Pankaja. So I'm in a tall tales contest and I'm listening to these wonderful speeches amazing speeches by the speakers today. And you gave me a topic of I am a Steve Jobs. Actually, I'm not in the mood of being a Steve Jobs now. I'm just juggling with many things and replying to many questions and answering to many people, many role players right now. So I'm not in the mood of being a Steve Jobs, but still you requested me to be a Steve Jobs. So definitely I will take that chance and I will try my best to do something great in this world and try to change this world with my amazing activity or wonderful thing that I can do. So that's all from my side. Back to you.
Thank you. And that's exactly what Steve Jobs did. He had to multitask on so many things. There were too many demands. So thank you so much. And now we are going to have a wonderful session. Oh, I forgot to tell you that contestants, without your knowledge, the panel at random had chosen one speaker and they are going to evaluate the speaker. So if you're the lucky one, you will be the one and your speech will be evaluated. So let me bring on the stage our two expert evaluators. Both are DTM. No, at this club, everyone is almost DTM. So we have DTM Shirish Narkar, who is the president. And as I told you, he's always on time. And the other thing about him, that if he's very angry, like say someone hasn't submitted the minutes of meetings, he'll send a ping. Where is the minutes? He's angry. And then in the meeting, this person is very quiet. And then he'll say, hi, how are you? And you think, He was very angry with me 2 minutes back, and now he's so friendly. So how does he transform himself? I don't know. And the other DTM who will be on this panel is DTM Ajay Hiraskar. Oh my God. He is a coach to startups, and he is a Toastmaster who just slays his opponents like this left and right. And he has this commitment to impact lives of million people. How does he do it? I don't know, maybe clone Ajay 1, Ajay 2, maybe all of that. So anyhow, let's invite and let's put your hand together to invite these two distinguished Toastmasters to evaluate the contestant's speech. Over to you, our evaluators.
Pankaja, I think there is some confusion. So we have DTM Samir and DTM Mukta and DTM Ajay as the evaluators, not DTM Shirish.
Okay, fine. So then, sorry for that. There has been a change. So may I please invite those who I had not included here. So please come on the stage and the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Hira Potter. And you almost exaggerated and had a tall tale in the evaluation panel introduction itself. Okay, so we had a contestant, Pushpavati Kanaze, who was contestant number 5 and who spoke on the Zoom meeting and what all is possible when you're on a Zoom meeting. And this contestant was chosen randomly. And as a panel, we'll be evaluating this contestant today. Please note few things. The evaluation is happening after the results are freezed with the chief judge. Okay, so this is not going to have any impact or biasing on the judges. Number 2, in Toastmasters, in Pune Advanced Toastmasters Club, we have 3 evaluators to evaluate. So I have DTM Ajay Hiraskar, who will be evaluating the delivery. I have DTM Mukta Nadkar, who will be evaluating the speech content, and I'll be focusing on the speech core objectives, which was the tall tales. I'll hand it to the DTM Mukta Nadkar for giving us feedback about the content. Over to you, DTM Mukta.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Samir. Good evening to all the fellow Toastmasters, guests, and to Ajay, my panelist, and especially to the speaker today, Pushpavati. Pushpavati, you first of all came on that stage looking radiant in a sari, and you were raring to go. And your opening lines, that as a teenager, you dreamt of studying, getting married, and suddenly you become married, and then you have all these chores to do, and then you hate it. Your introduction was wonderful. It kept us glued to what you were going to tell us in the main body. And my mind had already started wandering where you are going to go. And then you come to, you don't want to be married. You want to leave that adulthood. And I thought maybe you wanted to go into space like some of your previous contestants had said. But no, you wanted to go right back to being a kid. And I loved it. And you even gave us the reason for why you wanted to become a kid, because you saw your son enjoying these wonderful Zoom meetings and meeting so many people, learning computers, learning about Toastmasters and public speaking. And that was the best part. Now you are here as a kid and you behave as a kid, although your language was far above the kid. So here, let me talk a little bit about the language you used during the body of your speech. You used excellent language, color, rays emitting. You know, when you are in that Zoom meeting and suddenly you have those rays of color, and then there is a miracle. And suddenly your son becomes the father and you become the child. Wonderful imagination in your content. And then the role play between the teacher and you as the little child. It was truly wonderful the way you did it. Let me come to 2 recommendations, Pushpavati. Your imagination is wonderful. Your language was good. However, if you can focus and probably learn a little bit on the grammatical part, there were two areas where you use the word freezed, and you could have possibly said froze. And beside to him can just be beside him. So watch those language and sentence constructions, and the speech will be more powerful. And my second recommendation is in the content when you are speaking about the computers and the speech things, maybe you could have used only one example, because when you did two role plays as the child and as the teacher, it became a little repetitive. So to avoid that repetition, maybe you could have cut down on the content there and gone into another area. But all in all, a wonderfully constructed speech, imaginative, creative, and good luck for your future speeches. I will hand over to Ajay to take over the delivery. Over to you, Ajay.
Thank you, Mukta. Zoom, Zoom, come start the meeting. Zoom, Zoom, let me teach you something. Zoom, machale! Even when Sunidhi Chauhan must have sung the song in 2004, she never imagined that there is a Zoom Avatar 5.0 that is coming in 2021, who's going to challenge and create the title song of a new movie. This was a wonderful speech for multiple reasons. The first reason is that there were multiple people in that speech, not just one, but four. The mother, the son, the teacher, and Sunidhi Chauhan 2.0. Four people, right in one set, and the appropriate vocal variation that came along with it. You could actually, if you close your eyes, think about four people in that room. The second was the effective gestures. Now Mukta spoke about the blinking lights. So all of those gestures that were used brought out so many elements of the speech and made it so much more better. The third were the facial expressions, right from the harried expression that you have as a person attending meetings and chores in the house to that small child and that childlike innocence that was portrayed in terms of the mischief that the child was playing on the teacher when they took, jaise bolte hai, teacher's class in the process. And yes, the power dressing that ensured that it came across with the sense of what is it that you want to do. So these were the four things that I loved about the way you delivered your speech. What could you have done better? Well, always. There is so much of scope to use the stage. Can you go left, right? Can you come forward? Can you go back? This is something that you should learn to incorporate when you're delivering your content. The second thing was, when you're using gestures, using too many gestures also takes away the effectiveness. Keep your gestures finite and use them as effectively. A lot of the gestures were great, but some of them were not necessarily synchronized. But overall, I have to go now. I think I'm getting a call from Yash Chopra because he's wanting to sign up Zoom 5. Thank you. Back to Samir now for the object.
Thank you so much, DTM Mukta and DTM Ajay. I'll be speaking about the core project objectives, which is a tall tale. What a plot. If you want to get a verdict about how the online meetings have been run by the schools on Zoom and have the children really learned something in the past 1.5 years, well, ask a mother. Ask a mother who sits next to that child and is listening to every single thing that the teacher is doing. What a plot to use for a tall tale. And within this plot, incorporating the highly improbable or an exaggerated theme that you get transformed into a child. So the first thing that I've loved about the speech is the plot for the tall tale speech. The second thing is the theme, which is transitioning from the possible to the probable to the improbable. And when did it happen? When the speaker mentioned that she wanted to be a child, and then suddenly one fine day, there's a Zoom update that happens. So a transition from possible to probable, and then the improbable thing happening, which is that the speaker got transformed into a child and her child became her parent.
So that's about the transition. That was really good. And the third thing that I have loved about the speech is the slapstick that we had. The slapstick, which is the Zoom song that Ajay already mentioned, or whether it was the clasping of the fingers that happened at one point at the start of the speech. Now, to take the speech to the next level, how can we add some improvements? So there are two suggestions that I have. Build the transitions. Now, when we are moving from possible to probable to improbable, and it's a highly improbable thing happening or exaggerated thing happening, invest some times on making sure that you are adding more details to it. For example, suddenly next day morning, the Zoom update started, the lights went off, and then the laser started coming in. Now the lights going off over here, it adds to the suspense. So try to build up the transition from possible to probable to improbable. The second thing that I felt was about the skillful use of speech techniques. And over here, I felt only at the start there was a transition from possible to probable to improbable, but there was a lot of scope of using it later on also. Like we could have used irony, or we could have used pun or exaggeration, where, for example, irony could have been used that while I'm sitting next to my child while he's attending the Zoom meeting, thank God there was no Zoom when I was in school. So irony would be that you are having this thought that, oh, thank God, I didn't have Zoom when I was in school. And suddenly one fine day, I get transformed as a child and I have to attend Zoom meetings now. So that will add to the that will exaggerate the speech and add irony to it. So these are the two suggestions that we have. A good plot, and it was a good transition, possible, probable, improbable, but it happened only once, and there was a good use of slapstick and focusing on the transitioning, the build-up of the transitions, and then using the speech techniques like the irony, pun, exaggeration will take the speech to the next level. Over to you, Master of Ceremony, Hira Potter.
Thank you so much. Did you see how focused they were? Structure, plot, Yash Chopra. And I couldn't even focus on 3 names of the panel. And if you thought that all that DTM Mukta Nadkar does is evaluate speeches, it's not right. By the way, she happens to be the district director of District 98, and she starts her day with sweeping the balcony of her house. Okay. And DTM Samir, he does some coding at work, and he's great at that. And when he's tired, he plays the flute and he sings classical singing. So that's it, in a nutshell. So we have these 3 experts. So thank you so much, and apologies for messing up with your names. So with this, we come to our next session. Oh, wow, that is really going to be as superb as we had now. And to do that, we have a Toastmaster. I call him the critical situation man. So at work, at the Barclays, he handles the critical infrastructure. Then when people critically want to develop the reading habit, he coaches them. And in the Toastmaster clubs, he tells the BP education, hey, look, I'm busy. But if you have a critical situation where there is no Toastmaster of the day or a speaker, just call me. Okay? So now please put your hands together to tell you more on the reading habits. So this is, and please welcome Toastmaster Aniket Rai.
Thank you very much, Pankaja. Can someone confirm on the chat section that they can hear me?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So hello participants, hello everyone who's been part of this fantastic contest. At this point of time, there's an ongoing F1 race where the rivalry between Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton is playing out. And at the same time, we are running short on time. So I've been given commands by the to fasten it up. So bear with me as I go full throttle into my session. So for that to happen, I would like all of you to vociferously use the chat of the day. Put your answers in the chat as I ask. The more you chat and respond, the more engaging it would end up becoming. All right, that's a deal. Let's get on with our session. So once upon a time, there was a boy. He was absolute introvert. And when a boy is introvert and short in height, consider 3.5 feet, he is absolute folly for all the bullies. Bullies love such kind of kids. They pick on them and get their own angst satiated. So that boy was not able to make friends, was not able to keep with friends. And their parents one day decided that let's get this boy a bookshelf. But it was not any bookshelf. The moment the lights were off, 10 p.m. in the night, suddenly the lights started coming out of the bookshelf. The child was terrified and petrified. And to make the matters worse, suddenly the bookshelf started talking. Yes, it was a talking bookshelf. Oh, my child, what do you want to read? The child, confused, said, Santa? Oh, no, child. Santa is my richer cousin, very popular. I am the talking bookshelf. I know your pain and I know what you are going through. I'm here to help you. The books are going to talk. Are you listening? The child didn't have to do anything. He went near to the books and started listening and picked out the one which spoke the most. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, my audience, for this session where I'm going to tell you about the magical habit of reading. How it shapes people, personalities, and saves countless lives. Now, why should one read? I don't have to do much because I've got my very good friend Warren Buffett, who reads so much and talks about reading as a compound interest. We all invest in stock markets and mutual funds. Reading is even bigger compounding interest. If my Warren Buffett as my friend is not good enough, my another friend, Bill Gates from across the seas, talks about how he reads books every now and then, whether he's on the office, in the home, or on the road, he always has a stack of books with him. And if that's not enough, our favorite for all the speaking community here, right? Barack Obama says, reading is important. If you know how to read, then the whole world opens up to you. Now, when all three of great friends of mine are saying so amazing things, all that I can say to all of you is
Khatam. Bye bye. Tata. Goodbye. Gaya. Khatam.
Yeah, I don't need to talk to you about why you should be reading. But why I'm here is for you, all of you who do not have a habit of reading, who are not reading consistently, to ask themselves this question. The books are talking. Are you listening? On this chat section right on, let's get into an activity. How many of you are reading every day? Put on the chat if you're reading every day. And if you're not reading every day, put on the chat accordingly. Reading, not reading, irregular. Let's see on the chat section how many of you are responding with your responses. Irregular, reading every day, irregular. Okay, reading, great stuff. Let's talk about why we all, as Toastmasters, the master orators, the persons who are improving and investing our time into building our speaking skills, why we should be reading. And the first question I have to all of you is, what's your IO? But let's take a step back and look at what is two forms of expression, writing and speaking. Writing is words that it's in your head and you're bringing it out on a piece of paper or a digital platform. And what is speaking? The same words which you pen down, you're speaking about them. As Toastmasters, we do this so often. We write, we speak, we write, we speak. Many of us forget that for an output to come, there needs to be an input. The books are your input. You see, all these content creators on social media are getting popular just by reading. If I read Make Your Bed and I make a reel on Instagram and say why you should make your bed first thing in the morning, 1 million views. Popular. And it will leave an impact so much on the audience. You are speakers. You want to come up with speech ideas. So many people at the start of the journey ask their mentors, I don't get speech topics, because you're only focusing on the output. Fix the input, which is reading. and you will see how easy it becomes. You see, this is what the greatest content loop is. You read. When you've read, you think about it. When you've thought about it, you pen down your thoughts, and then you speak, give your speech, get your feedback, and loop and loop and loop. You become not just a DTM, but a Toastmaster who leaves the impact on every audience within and outside Toastmaster, with the latter even more important. Now let's talk about the hero story. What is this hero story? We all talk about ISC so much, the sine wave, the story going up and down. What do the books do? A hero story is about journey from A to B via X, Y, and Z. The books make you that hero. The books help you find the protagonist in you, helps you dig deep in your soul, in your childhood, in your college days, in those times when you were not absolutely 100. You were struggling, and how you came out of it. The books make you the hero. Find the hero in you. And the way to do it is to read. So let's fix your reading habits. Many of you talked about you're being irregular. Let me help you out with how you can become regular. Simple, implementable steps. Social media influencers won't share this, okay? It will ruin their game. So I am doing that for you. Keep taking your notes. The doctor's dose. How many of you have gone to a doctor? Put in a reaction button. Show a pair of hands. How many of you have ever gone to a doctor and suffered from their handwriting? Yeah, many of you, right? The doctors, when they prescribe a dose, they pick a 0 and a 0. Basically, most of these medicines that the doctors are giving is morning and evening. My dose is for you is the same. Read for 10-15 minutes in the morning. Read for 10-15 minutes in the night. Read all the non-fiction books that you can in the morning. You start your day, maybe start your day with Make Your Bed, start your day with Factfulness, start your day with Psychology of Money, start your day with Atomic Habits, and end your day with amazing fiction books. You can go all the way, including Alchemist. Start your day with input on how you can be better than who you are today, and end your day with relaxed, floating across the galaxies, plotting money highs of your own, and things like that. Just to do the bare minimum. The 1% of your day is 15 minutes. 15 minutes at the start of the day, 15 minutes at the end of the day. Thank you very much, timer, for giving me the counts. The second tip, avoid the speed breakers. Okay, we are driving a car and we are loving the entire drive. It's a very nice road, 4-lane road, and all of a sudden there's a speed breaker. It annoys the soul out of you. The speed breakers, 2 speed breakers, very important. 1, words. Many of us think so much about vocabulary. Let's be very honest. There's only one Shashi Tharoor. Don't try to duplicate him. Don't try to really get stuck on words so much. Let that words and the strength of those words be with Mr. Tharoor. You sidestep them. So when you are reading, if you really come across a very, very difficult word, use this weapon of mass knowledge. Encircle the word and keep moving. You're basically sidestepping the speed breaker, which many of the Pune drivers do, right? Sidestep across the speed breaker. Do the same. And the second speed breaker are your smartphones. When the book is in your hand, the smartphone has to be literally in the other room. If you cannot do it in the other room, put it as far as you can from it. These 2 speed breakers, if you really avoid them, you will remain in the state of flow. And when you remain in state of flow, you'll be able to read for those 15 minutes, as I mentioned. Beware of the magic beans. Remember the Jack and the Beanstalk story? Everyone is here to sell you those magic beans. Sell you the magic bean of speed reading. And everyone is so like enticed by it. You can read 50 books or 100 books in a year. Wow, so much knowledge, so much information, right? No. Stop becoming information obese. Stop that hunger for information. Slow down. You see, reading is about enjoying the journey. You're on the highway. A very nice scenery is there. Will you really focus on reaching the destination, or would you rather want to enjoy the drive? Beware of these magical beans of speed reading being showed for commercialization of reading. It's an amazing skill. I do not deny that. For many of you who are irregular, speed reading is that magic bean. Stop aiming for it. If you follow the first two bits, the third bit will become amazing, automatic in form of reading speed. When you become regular, you increase your reading speed because of the regularity, because of the consistency. That's it. The 3 tips to help you build that reading so that this is the last time, 12th December is the last time you ever said irregular. And all begins with one simple thing. The books are talking. Are you listening? For the paucity of time, please, if you have any questions, put it on the chat directly to me or on the chat. I will respond to you. Back to you, Master of Ceremony, Hira Puttar.
Thank you so much. I told you, here was a feast waiting for you. And so, friends, if you're not reading from tonight, before going to bed, you have to start reading, okay? So I don't just give a love signs and thumbs up, but you have to start that. Fine. Now, again, a paucity of time. So let me invite our president. Are we there? Mr. Yes, you are there, right? So please put your hands together and welcome a distinguished Toastmaster, Shirish Narkar, to come on the stage. Yes.
Thank you very much, Pankaja. Now, as we all know that we are really running late, so I'm not going to call each and every one to present the certificates. I'm just going to read out the names and the certificates will come on screen. I hope Abhijit is ready with the certificates. Yes. So starting with the selection committee, we have Anuradha Anand and we have Ajay Hiraskar. Ajay Hiraskar, yes. Samir Naik. This was the selection committee. The PR and outreach chair was Suhas Anant Narayan. Team member was Tanvi Kher and Advait Dikshit. Advait Dikshit and Ashish Kulkarni. We had the outreach committee members Abrar Syed Azam, Vishwaja, Nirmal Sutar, Rashi, Tanaya Sahu, Meghraj Mitkari, Shubham Bopche, Krishna Prasad, Ashish Kulkarni, Dinesh Chaudhary, Preeti Narayan, Swati TV, and Sanjay Mane. The registration chair was Digant Mittal. The awards committee member was Abhijit Divakar and yours truly. Zoom master, the chief sergeant at arms, was Vijay Kulkarni. The timers were Chandrasekhar Mankar and Cyril Paul. Tally counters were Advait Dikshit and Manish Kulkarni. The education session was by Aniket Rai. The master of ceremony was Pankaja Kulabkar. The contest chair was Vinod Basalali. And chief judge was Toastmaster Gagan Kumar. Please give all of them a huge round of applause. After doing this, the role players, I will go immediately to the chief judge. Let me invite him on stage. And Chief Judge Gagan, could you please take over? Chief Judge Gagan.
Shirish, can I take over?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Shirish.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks and welcome back. We are ready with the list of the winners.
Excuse me, Vinod. Could you please wait for some time? I will call Gagan. Just a minute.
Yeah.
Let us have the chief judge also.
And as we wait for that, contest chair, what is your favorite book?
There are quite a few. Right now, my favorite book is this one. Sorry if you are able to see it.
Just tell us the name.
The Upside Down King by Sudha Murthy. It's a book that has short stories based on Indian mythology. So just about to finish it, but it's surely an enjoyable read. And I don't have a particular favorite as such, but this is the book that I like from the recent ones that I've just read.
Thank you so much. And now we have the contest chair over here. Yes, contest chair, Gagan, you are here. So yes.
Sorry. Hello.
You can proceed to Toastmaster Gagan.
1 second.
Yeah.
We seem to have some technical issue with his system. So meanwhile, just 1 second, you were completing your sentence. I'm sorry I stopped you. So
No, I was just mentioning the book that I felt was worth reading and the one that I.
Yes. And what's your next book? All right. Okay. So we seem to have a lot of, so Vinod B. Okay. So while we wait for both the contest chair to come on the stage, Toastmaster Siren, what's your favorite book?
That's a very tough question. It's always a running list of books. Nowadays, I find that I read Robert Fulghum. It's a series of mostly like blogs or his thoughts on life. It's a very, very, very entertaining set of reading for a daily basis. So I do go by Toastmaster Aniket's daily 15 minutes of reading.
Great. And how do you handle the distractions?
Well, by eliminating them for sure.
Right.
I don't think you can really, you'll have to probably just shut yourself, wake up early in the morning and get that quiet time to do some reading.
Yeah,
that's the only way to eliminate the distraction. And obviously keep your phone away.
Absolutely. And now we have our chief judge back into action. So back to you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Pankaja. And it was a great contest. And we got a lot of learnings from this contest. Without further ado, let me hand over to the contest side to announce the results. What the contest?
Thank you, Chief Judge. Without further ado, let's get on to announcing the winners for this contest, which I surely believe each one of you might have enjoyed thoroughly. Awards Chair Abhijit, let me know if you are ready with the certificates. Yes. We start from the third placed winner. The third place goes to Toastmaster Prasad Chowdhury. Congratulations, Toastmaster Prasad. The second place winner is Toastmaster Kamya Parab. Toastmaster Kamya, if you're there, please switch on your video. You're on mute. Zoom Master, if you can unmute her.
Yes.
And the winner is, and like you might already seen, Toastmaster Tanvi Khair.
Thank you so much.
Hope Nauti will also be happy seeing this. I would recommend the awards chair to also add Nauti's name to the certificate because she has also a role to play in winning this contest. Congratulations, Toastmaster Tanvi. Request all the winners to please keep the videos on, and Toastmaster Suhas, please let us know when you have completed clicking the picture. Prasad, if you're there. Yeah.
Yes, it's done.
Thank you. Congratulations to all the winners, and I hand the control back to Chief Judge Toastmaster Gagan.
Unmute, please. So now we have the vote of thanks. So can we, if it's okay with you, Chief Judge?
Yeah, sure.
So can I invite our president to deliver the vote of thanks? President Shirish Natkar.
Thank you very much, Pankaja. I'm sorry we are very late, and I'm going to cut short on the vote of thanks. We have already thanked all the role players and the contestants. Of course, without the contestants, this contest wouldn't have been there. And congratulations to the winners. But all of our contestants were also winners because they have all delivered fantastic performances. And I cannot but forget the audience. The audience, thank you very much for sticking it out from the very beginning till the end and encouraging our contestants for their performances. So fantastic, and thank you very much. Our contest convener, Supriya, who has really worked hard along with her team to make this contest happen. So thank you very much, everyone. I think that's the end. If there's anything else, I'm going to end this session.
Group photograph.